A key factor in your coming to a decision to resign from council was the health care situation, where Osborne had got together an initiative petition, got it passed by, 72% of the voters, and you got a legal opinion from your law director that it wasn't effective because of, he thought there were some legal defects. In hindsight, would you like a do-over on how you worked on?
Oh, that would be great if I could. First of all, when I found out, I knew I don't have employer-provided health care. So, and I had everything I needed to prove my point, and I just kept it back. But my wife was on my plan when I got married. She needed health care. And then when losing it like that, I got nervous, and I started calling around, and it was very costly.
What were you nervous about?
Well, about getting health care, because I was 67 years old, no health care. I'm in pretty good health, but a couple years ago I had a little problem. I had a little scare. I thought I had a little heart problem, which I didn't. But I figured I got to have health care. You can get health care. All I was going to do is pay for it. I'm questioning. I figured $972 for health care is ridiculous for both of us. So I just called OPERS in mid-February, and the lady, she says, well, you have to, in order to get on now, you have to resign by November the 30th. But you must notify us 60 days prior to your election to take it. Well, I knew then I could get Medicare. I was old enough. I didn't have Medicare, and I don't take my Social Security, so I called Social Security. I says, I don't draw Social Security. Can I still get Medicare? She says, yeah, we'll bill you. So I coordinated it to be June 1. I didn't realize that they would notify the city. About 2 days after I talked to her, the director of finance came down to see me. She had the letter from the state, and I said, Karen, I'm going to ask you to keep that and keep it under wraps, because I don't know if that's what I want to do. And she was honorable enough to do that. And then I seen it escalating. I sat there in that chair. I was no longer in leadership. Even though I was directing things, I didn't enjoy the same amount of I shouldn't say respect. It just wasn't the same. It's kind of like calling one of your closest friends a name, not meaning it, but out of frustration. It just never the same. And I seen then all the activists and all this picking, and then of course the situation, and ironically, when the clerk resigned on the 1st, my wife said to me, maybe I'll apply for that. I said, Kathy, are you sure you know what you want? I just want to see if I can get it. I said, well, I realize you're qualified, but are you sure that's what you want to get in? And that's another story. But I in hindsight, what I feel badly is about, I don't know in my heart, did I want to do that just to beat Chuck Osborne? That could be a lot of truth in that. If that's the case, that's not right to Chuck Osborne. But yet, what about the 7,000 people who voted for it, whether they fully understood it or not? I mean, there was a little deception.
And that was the argument for people who weren't all that keen in following the 72% is, well, they weren't really sure what they were doing. Was some of that? Yeah. Is that some of the talk that was going on?
Yeah, but how do you guide a person in a voting booth? My God, that's the greatest individual right a citizen has, is the right to strike a ballot. How can you second judge their opinion? I mean, look at some of the people get elected. I think, were you nuts when you voted for them? I can't say that.